Hello everybody, my name is Will and welcome back to Sprocket. Apologies today if I do sound a little bit congested. I am still just recovering from the illness, which has kind of meant that videos have been a little bit slower this week and a little bit last week. I kind of just got punched in the face by it all of a sudden, and it means that while I'm away this week technically now, I'm probably going to be a little bit absent from the channel, but it shouldn't be a gap longer than the gap between this video and the last one, to be honest, so you probably won't even notice it given how consistent my normal upload schedule is. Regardless, today we're going to be building a big old radar anti-air thing. We're going to be firing some big old guns. It's going to be some 47mm I put on this thing. Probably would have made more sense for them to be 40mm, kind of Boffer cannon looking things, but yeah, I mean, 47's fun because it's absolutely huge, and I actually had to turn the camera shake down in the settings for this video, because if I was firing both of these 47mm with the camera shake on 100%, the screen would absolutely shake itself to the point of being just simply unviewable, frankly. It would have been an absolute nightmare. Even still, there's quite a lot of flashes, especially when I'm in the scope throughout this video, so if you are particularly photosensitive, perhaps give this one a miss. There are quite a lot of cannon goings off, which causes a rather loud, bright even, flash in the camera when I'm in first person down the scope, which I do need to sometimes do to get my aim. So there you go. There is a warning for you guys. But yes, we're going to be basing this thing loosely off the M247 Sergeant York, I think it's called, which was a kind of an M48 chassis looking thing. I think the M247 had 40mm, and that kind of means it was less armed than these. Yeah, so two 40mm Boffer cannons in that thing, with a rate of fire of 600 RPM. I don't think the rate of fire of this is anywhere near that quick, to be honest. I think this is quite a lot slower. But maybe I'm wrong, to be entirely honest. I could be. It has been known in the past, but yeah. Obviously, there's no planes to shoot down in Sprocket, so I kind of had to pick the guns based on having to shoot at enemy tanks, and I thought the 47s would be just a nice little bit of extra penetration to help us out. Also, I know it's not a flyout video, but flyout news, there does seem to be a release date speculatively floating around for that game, so you guys who are interested in seeing that come out should not have to wait too long. It should be the 17th of November, so that's before I come back from my holiday, so I'm not going to get another flyout video before the release is official, and then you guys will be able to get your hands on it. And what I might do is, we'll have to see, but I might do a video where I give you guys like a week to design some cool stuff, and then I just have a look around and see what you guys have been doing in the first week of flyout, because yeah, I mean, it's fun that it's coming out, and I want to see what you fellas are capable of in a very short space of time. Obviously, it'll be quite challenging to pick up the game immediately, so we'll see. But yeah, enough about that, and on to Sprocket. Obviously, we haven't really got any news recently, I don't think, about when we're getting geometric internals, but, you know, we can kind of hope that it's not too far away, because there's a bunch of cool things that come up with the geometric as well as just geometric internals. So we're going to get sloped reverse rollers is one thing. Part repositioning now allows you to like rotate the parts as you move your panels, so if you slope your front armor a little bit more, then the part repositioning will take that into account and angle any driver's hatches and stuff on it, which is nice. I think they're softening up track restrictions as well, so you can have a little bit more freedom in where you place your road wheels and your sprocket and stuff, which is interesting. And another nice thing is you can do like switching between different parts within the same category. So you can have like different driver hatches. You can just swap between them as you're placing them down. But yeah, we'll have to see when this update actually comes out, because it has been a little while since we got an update. I think the last update we officially got was on the 17th of October, so who knows when it's coming. I say sooner rather than later, because, you know, I get more views when an update comes out. So maybe I shouldn't say that. No. No, it's definitely, I just want to play it. No, to be fair, I do want to play it. But also, you guys like it when an update comes out. You like to watch it, so... but yeah, it should be good fun when it comes out, and we'll have a new challenge to deal with, which is crew, because crew, they're pesky things, aren't they? This vehicle, I mean, plenty of space in this thing. We could probably get crew in this and have it be realistic. We did have to do some file editing to get the cannons firing at a reasonable rate. I think I gave the crew the equivalent of 5 meters cubed area, which allowed them to fire these things roughly every 0.2 of a second. So that's not bad at all. Which... I mean, yeah, I'm not going to do the maths in my head right now. I'm absolutely too far gone with my illness to do maths. But, yeah, you can probably work out the fire rate from the rounds per minute. And speaking of working things out, if you have anything in your mind for the lore of this vehicle, M247 on an M26 chassis, which... I don't think I've actually said that yet. Did I say that earlier? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I think I'm going senile. Oh, my goodness me. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to talk for too much longer now, because the build is very nearly done, you'll be pleased to hear, so you can stop listening to me babble on for hours with a slightly shot voice, but... Oh, apologies for this. This has been utterly chaotic, but back to old me now. Okay, so here we have it. We've got our anti-air thingy, majiggy. Now what we need is Flyout to do a collaboration with Sprocket, so I can actually shoot down some planes. But for the purposes of today, unfortunately, nothing in the skies for us to shoot down, so we're just going to be shooting enemy tanks, and hopefully we still do all right in that role. We do have, I think, about 112 millimeters of penetration with this thing, so that should, in theory, be enough to do a bit of damage if I load in the original version of this that this was based on. As you can see, definitely enough penetration to go through the rear of some things, but obviously some of the in-game designs have a little bit thicker of a armor scheme than this thing used to, because it was kind of a medium, kind of a MBT kind of deal. But yeah, we're gonna see how we do. Probably should be alright. I mean, we got mobility, we got a bit of hull armor, obviously no turret armor, but we do have a lot of fire rate. We're going to start here on fields, as we tend to do. I know this is a late war vehicle, but in the mid-war scenarios, this one can actually prove quite difficult for some late war designs. So we'll see if this thing does particularly well here, or not. Okay, we got 7 light tanks to deal with here. We've gone really quite hard to the flank. I found the map boundary for the first time, I feel like, in a long time, but we should be not struggling with the light tanks in theory. The heavy tanks could prove a little bit more of a trouble, especially if we have to fight them at long range, but these guys, we should be no problem fighting. And you, my friend, need to go down very quickly. You are taking a couple more shots than I would really like you to. There we go. And we can do a little bit more where that came from. We don't need to zoom in, really, for this thing to be effective, because we just put so many shots downrange that it's not a problem. We have lost an ally, though, which is a little bit concerning. We can do a little bit more damage from our position, though. There goes another one of the halabars. I saw another fella down there. There we go. There he is. And the other one as well, just to his left. There we go. He's gone. Now, if we can get into the ravine, that's going to be pretty beneficial for us, because we are, yeah, up against panthers, and we are not going to out-snipe a panther. Especially not with 2 47mm anti-aircraft guns. Yeah, maybe not the most ideal situation we've ever found ourselves in. Oh, no! No! Oh, we were so close to getting into the ravine as well. This is an even worse situation. We have so much ground to cover. Oh, that bounced. We're just going to close our eyes and pray, I think is probably the best course of action here. Yeah, this is definitely not the most comfortable I've ever been. I just saw another shot. There's another one. Oh, gosh. We've made it. Okay. Okay, now somehow, even though we have the world's largest profile, we need to work out how to take out 6 Panther tanks with no way of really... Well, actually, they might still have that glitch on the turret, which means they have a weak spot, which is basically 0 millimeters thick. So maybe if we wait for them to come, load the APHE, and hope to God that that is still there. Hi, bud. This is a little bit ominous. Please, I need you to come over the hill. Okay, we might have to reverse further into the ravine here, because I think they can see these big radars on my roof before they get into firing range, and we don't want that at all. Hi, buddy. There we go. Okay, turret weak spot is definitely still present, so we know what we need to do, and I'm not going to feel bad about exploiting this, because I feel like... Even with that weak spot, this is still going to be a challenge. Hi, buddy. Okay, there we go. We didn't get the turret weak spot, but he did just give us his side armor, so that's, like, just as good, basically. These guys, I think, are going to give me a lot of side here. We just need to make sure we're in a position to exploit it if they actually come over. Oh, hang on, he's stopped at the top of the hill. That is a pretty good shot for me, though. Oh no, he's realised. There's the turret weak spot. We can take him out, no problem. 3 more to go. Hello, bud. That's a very good angle for me. There we go. 2 left. Whereabouts? Oh, goodness me. Hi, friend. Right through the turret. Yep. So I have a horrible sinking feeling that the last Panther is somewhere all the way over there. And, oh, I think I just seen him. I've seen him as well. Oh, this is not going to be great for me. We need our range down. I think, actually, I'm just perfect, I guess. Okie dokie. Taiga is never an easy level. And in something like this, I think it's going to be incredibly difficult. We're going to need the right selection of enemies, and we're going to need a fair helping of luck. Oh my god, there's so many shots flying at me already. Those are tough to kill. Yeah, not a good start, and frankly, I don't think it's going to be a good continuation. 37 seconds. Okay, I've increased the weight allowance by an extra 100%, so that we now have 5. What? 4 tanks. We have 4 tanks versus the enemy 6, rather than the 2 from before. I don't even know what happened. He died and flipped upside down and crashed. They've already managed to kill an AMX. That's actually quite a good enemy for us to fight in this thing, because that has next to no armor. And is that a chieftain? That might not be too bad either, to be entirely honest. But there are definitely... there's going to be difficulties going through the front of a chieftain, unlike those AMXs, but the chieftain is pretty weak on the side armor, so we might be able to get a kill on it without being too far to the side of it here. I think we had 1 shot go through there, in fact. I don't think that one's dead. There we go, now it's gone. So this is proven pretty good. This is what we need here. Just 2 enemies left already, and I'm gonna guess they're over at the other spawn. And yeah, I mean, this is what I mean by the right combination of enemies and a bit of luck. That Centurion definitely could have taken me out at any point there. And now we just need to be able to find these last 2 enemies without them seeing me first, and then we should be able to make this work. Okay, here are some enemies over here. Are they alive? Who knows? That guy looks okay, but I think he is actually dead. That Centurion's probably alive. There we go, not anymore. And that one, maybe? there we go. All right, the Centurion. The Centurions weren't being very aware, yeah, I mean, that's the kind of luck you need when you're driving an anti-air versus main battle tanks, really, isn't it? Now, defense. This could be a little bit interesting. My allies, depending on the enemies, won't be able to go through them very easily, and if we get something like a Lawmaker, I think we're basically beansed, but anything like a Spatter, Panzer 78 at a stretch, we should be able to deal with, at least from the side. So we might be alright here. I don't think we're really ever going to be able to hull down, because we have just such a huge profile on this map, but we do have plenty of fire rate, which hopefully we can use to some pretty good effect here. Hi, buddies. That should be a pretty easy kill from the side here. I think one of my allies took him out before I could. We're getting shot from the right. Let's return fire if we can. I cannot see a single thing while I'm opening up. I'm going to just close the distance here, because I think it's more likely for me to get around the side if I'm pushing up. This guy is not wanting to get shot through here. Come on. One of these shots has to get him. There we go. He's finally out. Took a fair number of shots. He's gone. 2 enemies left already. That's surprisingly good, all things considered. I think the amount of shots we're firing, we might just be fatiguing their armor before we actually penetrate. So much spalling, they just kill the crew. And I'm assuming these two are our last guys. I'm more worried, actually, about the Spatter at the moment than the Panzer 78, because I don't think we're really ever going to go through the side of that thing too easily. I'm so sorry about the flashing there. But behind, we should be okay. Is it going to realise that I'm here, or is it dead already and I'm just barking up the wrong tree completely? Hello, buddy? Was it you? It was you. Okay. They don't seem to be able to see me. I think I've built a stealthy tank. So, yeah, let's pop this into a custom battle and let's see how she does, because we definitely got a few vehicles that we can line this thing up with. Okie dokie, so let's just run through the sides here. I have put one of these anti-airs combined with one of our T-29s, which is an extended version of this hull, and one of these with the 90mm gun, and one of these with the 76mm gun. 2 of these little M22 light tank looking things, and the actual medium tank version of the tank that we're driving. And we're going to be up against a pretty big consortium of enemy tanks here. We've got 3 of the, like, Jagdpanther things with jet engines on the back. Yeah, that's a real thing. 3 Taiga 2s, 1 of the Japanese Super Heavies, 1 of the German Super Heavies, and, yeah, basically a pretty scary lineup. But luckily, our T-29 thing has just taken out one of the tank destroyers. There's one now. Those things are not going to be penetratable from the front by me by any stretch of the imagination. And there we go. Okay, we're back into normal tanks now, basically, and I do not fancy being out in the open in front of that thing. We are down a couple of tanks already here. Let's see if we can start to whittle down their numbers somewhat. That's a bad shot on that guy. Oh, no, that's not good. This is maybe one of the few custom battles where the enemy team is gonna win here. Normally we do quite well in these, but this is not going particularly well at the moment. Can we go for the lower plate of that Taiga? We can. It's not killed him though, and that one's aiming at me. I'm not feeling so good about this all of a sudden. Hi, bud. Oh yeah, no, that was never going to end well. Is there anything particularly potent that I can hop into? Yes! This is more like it. We have a pretty big cannon on this thing, and hopefully we can do a little bit of damage. We need to try and get a better shot on these Tigers. I feel like the hull... not quite penetratable, to be honest, and we're kind of running out of AP, to be honest, which isn't so great. The Taiga 3s are maybe a little bit on the scary side. Can we... Oh, goodness me. That's terrifying. That's 472 mil of armor we just hit, which isn't so great. That Japanese super heavy, though, we can take out. That leaves us with only 7 enemies to take out. Yeah, just 7. Yeah. Oh, no. I have a feeling we might lose this one, but we're sure going to give it our best shot here. And our best shot may not be particularly great in this. Oh my goodness me. What? Look at the scrape that shell left on the top of my turret. Okay, it's now us versus 12 amphibious tanks, and those things have absolutely no armor, so we can take them out very easily. Okay, we're already getting shot at here. Let's try... Ow. Okay, we're going to try one last time versus these amphibious tanks, but I'm getting the impression that this is not going to end in our favor here. We just cannot fight this many tanks without any armor. So, yeah, not the best for us, but we're going to do our damnedest here. There's 2. Come on. There's 3. There's another one over there. Ah, 4 of them. But unfortunately, I just don't think we've got it in us today, so we'll call it there. Unfortunately, this is not the best versus tanks, believe it or not, given that it is an anti-air, but, you know, we got through the campaign missions, so that's kind of good enough, but, yeah, if you enjoyed this one, please leave a like, comment, and or subscribe, and I hope to see you in the future for more stuff like this. If you've got anything you'd like me to build, leave it in the comment section below, or in the suggestion channel of my Discord, which will be linked in the description, but, I won't keep you for too long, and I will say goodbye. And as always, a huge thank you to this channel's patrons: Badger, Burner Potato, CamJam135, Cody N, DJ Pete, Skavoon, Gummaster029, Sad Cat, Just Casualty 601, Last Edge 11, Mark, Mildly Vested, Nicholas K, Rossels Bokken, Ryan Brody, the Canesian Emperor, Zarasheim, and Zeit Wolverine. Thank you so much for your support.